Hey guys, Wendy here, coming at you fresh off my whirlwind trip to New York City to meet the staff and teachers from Gogokid. I just wanted to pop on real quick and give you a rundown of the things that were discussed. Now, I know that we had some concerns, but also I wanted to tell you that it was a great afternoon, a great morning, lunch, afternoon. I left feeling so refreshed and happy and excited about Gogokid and re-energized and supported and loved by the home office and my new friends across the country. So I just wanted to kind of pop on and kind of let you know my feelings as far as how the day went. So I wanted to tell you that Josh and Jesse and Irene from home office were wonderful. They listened. They seemed truly, right there with us, listening to our concerns, happy to hear what we love about Gogokid, and they definitely listened and were very, very receptive. And we're already kind of on the same page with some of our concerns, believe it or not. Just because maybe it's not addressed in the weekly updates or whatever, they're right there with us, and they know, they hear the tickets, and they're working on remedying as much as they possibly can, as fast as they can. Keep in mind, it's a company that has been open for 6 months. They have a little over 3,000 teachers. I saw some stats about a couple of other companies over the weekend, and the rate that Gogokid has grown is really mind-blowing. So the fact that they are frantically keeping up with us is all a good thing. They are growing right there with us and are trying to make smart decisions. They're not, hiring just anybody as far as getting more help in their very small home office staff. They're being very picky about who they do hire. And they're making, very smart decisions as far as what they want the company, where they want the company to be by 2018. So wanted to kind of give you a rundown. We talked a lot about what we love about Gogokid. Of course, the bonus incentive is number one. That $300 is still in effect. I don't know what you've read or what you've seen on social media, but if you were interested in applying, that $300 bonus is still in effect. You teach 3 classes in your first 30 days from the day that you sign your contract with no negative parent feedback, and you get that $300. So bam, it is a thing. Subsidy is on its way out, as you've seen from the contract updates. I think it was a great way to kick off the company with a bang, but probably not something that they're going to be able to sustain long term. Honestly, it's kind of a moot point anyway, because I'm already getting booked at this point. I was making bank with subsidy at the beginning, but at this point, I'm getting core classes all the time anyway, so I don't have a lot of subsidy holes left in my schedule. I'm going to ride it out and sign the contract at the end, but that is the thing that, although we loved it at the beginning, it is on its way out, but it was an awesome thing at the beginning. So that was something that was huge when we started with Gogokid. The milestone pay, the milestone for referrals, every 3 referrals that you sign up under you get a little extra bonus pay on top of that 120 that you get for every teacher, and then they just go up from there. So if you're interested in applying and referring, if you have a lot of friends that are interested, that's something that you can message me about, and I can definitely talk you through a little bit more about the milestone pay. It's not really something that you focus on too much when you first apply, but then once you get in, you're like, oh my gosh, I have all these friends that might be interested. Here you are with Facebook group, and you're making friends along the way. Of course, my number one thing about Gogokid was just the high base pay. Compared to other companies, they definitely have a higher base pay. Bottom line, even if you only get that 60% because the kid no shows, it's still higher than some of the other companies you can look for. They just have more options, more diversity. It is a brand new company, so it's great to kind of get in at the beginning on the ground floor, less than 6 months old. Keep that in mind. So you're going to be right there, one of the first hired with Gogokid, and you can make connections with those families and get those referrals, get those teachers with you to come along with you, but then also make connections with the family and get those core students quickly. as one of the first, well, they hit 3,000 teachers already. So one of the first 3,000, if not more, teachers that are coming along. They have great work hours, great flexibility. You can set your own schedule. The graphics, the design on the platform, the characters, the images, the reward system, the simplicity of the content, the application process is much easier. The dedicated staff, dude, you guys, the home office staff, they work 24 hours a day. I mean, they're up all night long. I will get messages back at midnight, their time, which is like my lunchtime. I'm still getting responses and comments back on my tickets and comments back on my questions. So they are a very dedicated, albeit small staff, but they are working for you guys to make sure that you are happy and settled. The teacher peer support, I saw it in person, but I have made so many good friends already with Gogokid in just the couple of months that I've worked for them. The Facebook groups, there's a million of them. You can get an answer to any question that you have. You can email me, but if I'm working, if I'm teaching, if I'm sleeping, I might not get back to you right away. But the peer support that's out there through Facebook and even through Instagram, I've made quite a few friends with my Insta as well. So the peer-to-peer support is awesome. The chat box with Gogokid translates for you. That is something that's unique to this company. So you can type a message to the parents or the teachers, or the parents or the kids on the other side, and it will translate for them. So if they're having trouble, if they're confused, as a last resort, I don't use it too often because we're not supposed to be speaking Chinese too much with them. But, it really helps with that language barrier, especially at the beginning. That is something that is awesome and unique to Gogokid. Their IT support is great. You can use that chat box. They will respond right away. There's always somebody there looking to help you immediately. There's not a whole lot of wait time. You're having an audio issue or something, and you type that message, they are right there fixing it. 2 or 3 minutes go by and you could lose a kid. So that's huge. The new classroom is awesome. The features, they're streamlining those a little bit every week and just listening to your suggestions. The credit score system is awesome and unique to Gogokid. You feel like you're a little bit more in control of what you earn as far as your pay. And if you cancel a bunch, then your pay goes down. If you work and you open your slots, your pay will go up and you'll get that pay raise based on that credit score system. You have the demo option for an interview, which is an awesome option as well. Some people are more comfortable with that. And the teacher diversity. I saw it in New York City just at the table. They have a wide variety of diversity within the teachers and the staff that they hire. Okay, so some struggles and expectations. They hear you. This is all stuff we've kind of talked about a little bit in this group, but definitely in some of the other groups if you're looking. They hear you. Interactive slide tech issues. We talked about not being able to see the interactive features before you push start. Review the class content before class. We want to be able to adjust the camera placement angle a little bit. We want a timer in the classroom. We want to be able to see the previous bookings, the parent feedback. We want to see the student name next to it instead of the Chinese characters and just the date and time. You have to kind of go back and figure out who left you that feedback. We want a student history tab. We want to see from trials to the present, what classes have they taken, maybe some teacher to teacher feedback so we can talk to each other a little bit more about strengths and weaknesses with that student. They're working on a mobile app. They're working on the push notifications, hopefully in 2019. They are working on a way for you to easily change your teacher profile. If you don't like your video, the way that it worked out, I know I threw mine together in like an afternoon in my kitchen one day. So I'm working on changing mine as well. But you can email teach@gogokid.com rather than that support, and it'll get changed a little bit more quickly. That's a little tidbit that they suggested. Just the general response time. They're working on answering those tickets as quickly as possible, giving you a more personal response. I know that when the scheduling freeze was happening, everybody was kind of getting the same responses because everybody was having the same problems. That's not something that I really anticipate going to be a major problem going forth. They are just trying to get your responses back quickly. They are working on a payment tab coming back. It might not be till about March, though, as soon as all those other teachers sign their contracts so that everybody's on the same contract. You will get your payment breakdown in your email. They talked about a credit score buffer, maybe in the works, a sub-teacher system, new technology, TikTok filters, clear communication, new hire support to help you guys get bookings. That was huge. And a breakdown with the teacher referrals. I'm going to run out of time on my Screencastify. I'm going to type this all up and post it for you. But I just wanted to pop on and say how awesome my trip was. And, let's go. Bye, guys. Thanks.